These are 1.2 notes. We're going to talk about absolute value today. Absolute value is the distance a number is from 0. And on the number line, when we look at my number line right here, here's the number line. I put 0 in yellow. If I'm looking at the number 6 right here, I have to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 jumps to get to 0. So on the number line, 6 is 0. 6 is 6 spaces from 0. When I go over here and look at the negative 6, it's over here. And let's see how many jumps I have to make. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to make the same. 6, it's 6 spaces from 0. But absolute value is always positive numbers, which means that negative 6 is 6 spaces from 0. 100 is 100 spaces from 0. Negative 80 is 80 spaces from 0. Your answer won't be negative. Even if you have an 80, it'll still be, or a negative 80, it'll still be a positive 80 for your answer. When we are simplifying expressions, that simply means we're doing math, we treat the absolute value bars like parentheses. Simplify what is inside the absolute value first. And like yesterday, we got good news. Our calculators are super smart. So we can get absolute value bars on our calculator. If you hit alpha, y equals, this time hit the side arrow button and hit enter. It'll bring up bars and you can put stuff in the middle of them. So that's all we're going to do is type it into our calculators and get our answers. So we know, so number 1 is asking that we would say the absolute value of negative 5. Well, I just want to know how far negative 5 is from 0. Well, it's 5 spaces. So number 2, I need you to do it in your calculator. Go ahead and put in the alpha y equals, hit the over button and get absolute value, and then write negative 45 plus 39. Do the same for number 3 and number 4. You need to make them look exactly like they look on the paper in your calculator. When we have a variable, all a variable is a letter in math. When we have a variable inside that absolute value, we can have 2 possible answers. So if I know the absolute value of x equals 49, I know x could be 45. I know x could be at 45. X could also be at negative 45 because either way, it's 45 jumps from 0. If I have y equals 394, I know that my answer can either be 394 or negative 394. All right, let's turn over to the back side after you get everything copied and these guys done right here. All right, I'm going to want you to do 1 through 9 on the back side. We have a slight problem because the negatives and the minuses look the same. So I'm going to go through and mark all the negatives in blue and all the minuses in red. So when you type them in your calculator, be sure you use a negative. When you see you'll use the negative key, it looks like this versus the minus key that's just with the add, subtract, multiply, and divide. So I'm going to pause it. I'm going to color those in, and then you can pause it while you're doing the paper to make sure you are using negatives and minuses right. All right. Be sure to look at this page when you are putting them in your calculator so you can see whether you need to use a negative, which are purple, and a minus, which are red on the paper. When you have finished this page, you'll need to turn it into me, and we're going to do one more page. So flip over to the next page. All right, you're also going to need to do 1.2 quiz. And I've gone ahead and marked our negatives and our minuses with purple and red so you can see that. So go ahead and finish all the work. It'll all be posted on Google Classroom. Turn it in to me when you're done. There'll also be some IXL lessons posted on Google Classroom that you'll need to do also. Thank you.